Southwest Mock 2026, Paper 1, Question 21. This is engineering science for intermediate level. Grammar school students offering physics at the ordinary level also need this question. It says light from the headlamps of a vehicle reach an object some 50 meters away as A. Parallel beam, B. Convergent light beam, C. Divergent light beam, and D. Spectrum of white light. Let's start looking at all these from the fourth option. What is a spectrum of white light? A spectrum of light refers to the separation of light into its component colors. When light passes through a prism, it separates into its 7 component colors. We can see the same effects with the rainbow on a rainy day when water molecules in the air act as prisms, separating light into its component colors. This has nothing to do with the headlamps of a car. We don't want to separate the light into component colors. That's not the purpose. So the last option cannot be the answer. The next one says a divergent light beam. What does it mean for light to diverge? Well, when light travels from sources like bulbs connected in the yard, the light rays begin to move further apart and spread outwards. This spreading of light outwards is called divergence. If the light beam from a headlamp begins to diverge, the driver will not be able to see an object 50 meters away because by the time it is 50 meters or by the time the light rays are 50 meters from the headlamp, the light will be so dim for the light has diverged and the road will be almost entirely dark. So the option of divergence cannot be the answer. We do not want light rays from a headlamp to diverge. The next option talks about convergent light beam. What is convergence? Well, convergence is the focusing of light on a particular point. If light rays were to leave the headlamp of a car and begin to converge or focus towards a specific point, then the road, most of the road will quickly go dark. Imagine that this was the road. And if this is the road and the light rays begin to converge at a particular point, then the rest of the road will be dark. The driver will be unable to see a huge part of the road due to convergence. We do not want the light rays from a headlamp to converge. So the answer convergence is not the correct answer. The last option says the light will be that the light will reach 50 meters away as parallel beams. Well, this is the correct answer. To know why, let's understand how the headlamps of a car are designed. In the headlamp of a car, you have a bulb. This is the bulb here, placed at the focus of a concave reflector. This concave reflector covers the bulb outside. The bulb is placed at the focus or at the focal point of the lamp inside. And according to the laws of reflection, for curved mirrors, any light rays or any beam of light that emerges from the focus, is reflected parallel to the principal axis. So you can see these light rays here leaving the focus to the concave reflector, and then they are reflected parallel to the principal axis. So this parallel reflection of light allows the light to travel really far as 50 meters from the car, and to keep a huge portion of the road bright. It enables the driver to be able to see obstacles and objects in a far distance. So the correct answer for this question 21 was light from the headlamps of a vehicle reach an object some 50 meters away as a parallel light.